Hi, my name is Amber, and I'm going to guide you through a 20-minute deep stretching class. We will go through a warm up. We will do 5 different deep stretching poses that will help you gain more flexibility and more range of motion. For today's class, we're going to need some props. If you have blocks and a strap, grab them. If you don't have blocks or a strap, grab some books, maybe a robe belt, or even just a regular belt. We also will be using a short stool if you have one. That can be helpful, and maybe grab a blanket or some couch cushions. Throughout this deep stretching class, I will explain the 3 principles of deep stretching. Let's get started. Coming into our warm-ups, you're going to be feet about a little further than hip distance apart. Your feet are going to be about at a 10-degree angle. From here, you're going to extend your hands up over your head like you're giving the air a big hug. And then you're going to exhale, come back down to the floor, crossing your arms, making a fist position, letting your head fall all the way to the ground. Perfect. Just like that. Come back up, giving the air another big hug. Good. And then exhale, crossing your hands, making those fists, coming back down. Nice. Let's do this one more time. Coming back up all the way, giving that air one last big hug, stretching and opening the body as you come back down to the ground, letting your head hang here for just a second. Perfect. First pose we're going to do is called ragdoll. Standing with your feet about hip distance apart, you're going to ground your feet in all 4 corners and then interlock elbows because we're going to be stretching the side of our body as you hinge forward, letting your head hang all the way down as far as it'll go, letting gravity just pull you to the ground. Now, if this is a little bit uncomfortable for you, you can always grab either your bench or some blocks, and you can just rest your hands on that. We're going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. Does that feel better for you using the bench versus hanging?
Yeah.
And
I can probably use the blocks.
okay, let's do that then. Good, and just really letting that head hang all the way down as far as it'll go. The first principle of science of stretching is called wet noodle. And what that means is that you want to relax into the position as much as you can. I know it's super awkward and uncomfortable, and it's definitely not a stretch that you do every day. As comfortable as you can settle into it helps your nerves relax, and you're able to hold the pose for a longer period of time. And this pose is going to help really stretch the back parts of the hamstring. And also, sometimes people even will feel it in their calves. Should be really feeling a nice stretch in the lumbar part of your back as well. Lower back. Good. You can gently take your hands off of the blocks, slowly, slow, coming back up. Rest your hands on your back with your fingers pointing down. Actually, I'm just going to assist you here. So we're turning your hands around. So you're holding your back. And now what you're going to do is take a nice, just gentle back stretch. So inhale, opening the shoulders, and then just ever so gently bending back and just really taking a nice stretch that helps counteract the pose that we just did. So we were folding forward. Now we're coming back, opening the body up. Good. Nice. Next pose we're going to do is called passive squat. I know you have some knee issues. So we are going to start using a chair, and then I'll show you if you're able to get down on the ground and you're one of those people that can hold yourself up with just your knees. I'll show you. So grabbing that stool, I'm just going to set it down, And then what I'm going to have you do is put your feet about hip distance apart, and then your feet are going to be about 10 degrees out, slowly sinking down, bending those knees until you get to the chair. Good. And then just opening your inner thighs and bringing your hands out in front of you. Good. Let that head fall as far as gravity will take you. And we're going to hold this pose here for 2 minutes. If you are able to easily do this pose, maybe right now, maybe you have experience, you're really good at doing squats, you can remove the chair and just come all the way down using your knees and your feet to hold you up. In this case, because you have those knee issues, it's a good idea if we start right here and then work our way into the next level. Good, just breathing through it. You try just putting your palms out in the front like that. There you go. Good. And we're opening the inner thighs here. You're feeling a nice stretch in the lumbar part of your back. Anywhere else you're feeling?
Yeah, right in the groin.
Your groin, so stretching those groin muscles. Very important. Good, and just remember to keep breathing through. Slowly walk your hands back up the floor and then coming back into a seated position. Good. From here, we're going to counteract that stretch. So taking your knees as wide as the mat. Good. And then feet are resting up behind you. And then sinking your lower hips down on in between, whichever feels good for you. Good. And then you can just extend your hands out directly in front of you. There you go. Nice. Taking a really good stretch here. This is called child's pose. And we'll just take 3 nice deep breaths as you're relaxing, counteracting the passive squat. From here, we're going to have you come back up onto all fours. The next pose we're going to move into is called butterfly. Sitting on your mat, bottoms of your feet are touching each other. Your knees are going to laterally open. So let them come as far as they will right now. Sitting up nice and tall, you're going to hinge forward. Round your back as you let your head sink down towards the ground, walking your hands out in front of you as far as they will go. Turn your hands up towards the sky, palms facing up. This is the full expression of butterfly. If you're having trouble getting into this position, what you could do is you could always grab a blanket or a towel and roll it up. If this is a pose that you are not used to doing, having a blanket can be a real big help because it's elevating your body and it's allowing you to just get a little bit more out of the stretch. We're going to hold it here for 2 minutes. One other modification I'm going to show is putting some blocks underneath here. And that can help if you have knees that bother you, just helps you settle into the position. The second principle of deep stretching is breathing to relax. What that means is we're really using our breath to help us relax. It can be helpful to use a 4-count breath in through your nose, and then as you exhale, taking 8 counts through the mouth. We want to breathe to relax into the pose so that we can shut our nervous system off. Good. Keep breathing. With this, as you inhale and exhale, you can go deeper into the pose with the out breath. So once you settle into the pose, the more you breathe, the further that you can actually get into the pose. From here, slowly walk your hands back up, coming back into a seated position. Go ahead and remove the blocks from underneath. Extend your feet out or your legs out in front of you. We'll remove the blanket. And the knees are going to be bent here. So bend your knees. And then you're just going to windshield wiper them back. So hands can be behind you. For this next pose, we are coming into block bridge. So grabbing your block, or if you don't have a block, grab a pillow and take that block and slide it, lift your hips up and slide it directly underneath on your sacral. There you go, good. And then extending your legs out in front of you, arms off to each side. You're just gonna relax into this pose and we're gonna hold it for 2 minutes. Yep, palms can be up. This is really good hip opener. How's it feel? Good, just about 1 more minute left. Okay, from here, let's slowly lift your hips up and then remove that block from underneath you. Good. From here, bringing your knees up into your chest, extending your hands out and giving your knees a nice big hug. Your knees and bring them in as close to the chest as possible. Taking a nice counter stretch here. Good. For our last and final pose today, grab your belt, your strap, or maybe a robe belt will do. We're going to wrap it around your right foot first. Okay, good. Bringing that rope together, good. Using one hand to get some nice tension on it as you extend your leg up straight up and down, pulling that tension, now relaxing the rest of your body. So keeping the right side of your body relaxed. You can let your left foot come all the way down straight. Good. Now relax and breathing into this pose. Sending that leg straight up. Good. You should feel some tension. Pull it back ever so slightly to feel exactly, you'll know where you need to be to get the sweet spot of your stretch.
Right there.
There it is. All right, we're going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. And if it feels right for you, you can let go and then just let the left hand be extended. And we're trying to really relax the left side of our body as much as we can. But sometimes if you need both hands, you need both hands. Just depends. The third principle of deep stretching is time under passive tension. And what that means is how long you're able to hold the stretch for. We start off, maybe we're going to hold it for 2 minutes, but our goal is to eventually get it up to 5 minutes. But how we do that is just baby steps. So we're starting at 2 minutes and we'll go from there. Okay. Good. And then you should really be feeling the stretch in the nice stretch in the back side of your hamstrings, your calves here. Good. From here, you're going to let your right leg slowly fall to the side. There you go. Good. As far as it will go without your left side of your body lifting up, keeping that left side relaxed. Good. Now, that's good. You can bring it all the way down to the ground. Can you feel the stretch? Okay. Sometimes it can be helpful if you put a block underneath. That might help you relax into it a little bit better. How's that feel?
Great.
Okay. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes here. Really should be feeling a nice deep stretch in the inner thigh. Slowly and gently bring your foot back up to where you started. Nice. Good. And then we're going to switch feet. So you can let your right foot straight and then strap it around your left foot. Good. There you go. Good. And then letting that right foot come all the way down. Nice. And then finding a nice stretch where the right spot is. Good. And then, yeah, putting your foot out. Good. You want to remember to continue to breathe and relax as much as you possibly can here. Good. Just about done here. A few more breaths. From here, slowly let your left leg fall out to the left side, keeping that right foot on the ground. Good. And then we'll use okay, good. Good. The right side of your body should be on the ground. Good. How's that feel? Almost done. For deep stretching, it's important that you get into a routine of practicing it every single day. If you can take just 15 minutes a day, every single day, and you did it for one whole year, you actually would gain 80% of your flexibility that you could possibly gain. From here, slowly raise your foot back up. Good. And then you can release your left foot down to the ground. Let the strap go. Good. And then bend your knees here and take some windshield wipers laying down. So keeping those hips. Yep, there you go. Good. Good. And then just go back and forth one more time. One more time. Okay. Good. All right. How do you feel?
Excellent.
Thank you so much for joining us in today's deep stretching class. We'll see you in the next one.